Hi everyone, I'm Gautam aka The Seeker of Wisdom. I'm your manifestation coach, and in this video we're going to be talking a little bit about how do you deal with family when you're manifesting, right? Be it SP or otherwise. Now before I do so, I'd like to remind you guys I am available for coaching. So I offer hourly, monthly, email and DM coaching. The link will be in the description down below for an FAQ page where you guys will have all the answers you need, and thereafter you guys can reach out to me via Instagram or email for pricing information and to figure out what plan may be suitable for you. I also have a Facebook group where I upload resources from time to time, as well as you guys can ask me questions anonymously if you wish to do so. Make sure that you answer the 2 questions and agree to the group rules, otherwise my moderators will decline you with feedback asking you to do the exact same thing. I also have a mailing list where I post resources from time to time, as well as my latest offers for coaching. And last but not least, I also have a Manifest Your SP course, which is designed for beginners and veterans alike. It's a self-study course that brings you from the beginning to the end of the journey of manifesting your SP, and you are given the tools to manifest your SP with ease. And it's like a manual logbook, right? Like whatever that you're going through with regards to an SP, you can always go back to the course and refer to it and figure out a plan for yourself. And this course really guides you and provides you with all the tools that you need in order to manifest your SP with ease and with success. So I have revamped this course, and the feedback has been great thus far. So be sure to check it out, guys, and because this is of great value if you are definitely manifesting your SP. And what's the neat thing is, if you buy it right now, you will get the future updates for free. So again, be sure to check it out if you are manifesting your SP. So without further ado, let's get to it. What prompted this video was a literally a feedback from one of you guys, like a content suggestion, right, in my suggestions form. And I think the question was something along the lines of how do I deal with things if I have family which is like unsupportive. And I had like different permutations of these questions asked to me in my Instagram DM as well. So I thought, what, like, I think this is the perfect time. Like normally when I get like a one topic or two, I normally like kind of just wait for a bit until I get like a like, how do I say, like a few responses that are similar, because normally I do, and I kind of try to answer this like not just for one person but for like a few different people who ask, like just different variations of the question, just so that I can address a wider pool of audience, I guess. So the main thing with this is that realizing that everyone is you pushed out, right? It is the key thing there is to understand that there's nothing that you have to change on the outside, but that everything is within, and that all you have to do as the operant power is to change yourself within, and the external will follow, right? And that's the neat thing about this, is that it's all about you at the end of the day, right? It's all about you, right? So no matter how much of an obstacle a family member may seem, like let's say you're getting married to an SP, but maybe your dad is saying no, or maybe your mother is saying no, or both of them, or the SP side of things is not stable and stuff like that, and you start focusing on all these things that are so external, right? And you forget that it's all about you. That's where the issue really arises from, right? So the issue is not how do you tackle family members. It's about how do you tackle the inner turmoil that's going on within, right? How do you tackle that, and how can you calm yourself down, right? And the first thing you need to do is to kind of separate yourself, take a step back from this whole 3D situation that's going on, right? And recognize it for what it is. It is nothing but an illusion, right? I'll say that again. It's nothing but an illusion, right? Everything that you're seeing right now, every so-called problem, is nothing but a perceived problem, right? It's nothing but a perceived problem, meaning the only reason it exists is because you are allowing it to, right? You are perceiving it to be a problem, which is exactly the reason why it exists, right? If you say otherwise, if you remove your attention away from it and steer it towards thinking favorably, for example, steer it towards your desires and whatnot, that is what will manifest, and this so-called problem will fade into nothingness. It will resolve on its own, right? So that's the main thing here, is to take a step back, understand that it's an illusion, steer your focus towards the favorable things and focus on that as much as possible, guys. Focusing on that is all you truly need in order to, like, solve your problem, so to speak, right? Like, solve as in like quotation marks, because there's nothing for you to solve. It's just literally taking the attention from the unfavorable and focusing it on the favorable, right? So again, you remove the attention, recognize the illusion, steer your focus, and lastly, you need to maintain that, right? So you need to maintain that despite what 3D shows you, right? And I feel like that's where like people kind of struggle, is maintaining that focus on the favorable things, because when 3D keeps showing them unfavorable, how do they focus? Keep reminding yourself. That is where things like affirmations comes in, right? So you need to maintain a favorable mental diet, and that's where like inner conversations, affirmations, right? If you're manifesting an SP and the parents are saying no, for example, you hear the assurance from your SP, for example, saying, hey, this is already done, it's all resolved, we are already a couple, I love you, this is already a done deal, keep going, this has to pan out in our favor, this is already done. And like you have to like kind of like hear that in a conversation and confirmation from your SP, for example, or even the parents, for example, right? You can have an inner conversation with the parents where they assure you otherwise as well, and you keep persisting in that despite what 3D is showing you. And guess what? That has to externalize, right? You can't be in a reactor mode. You can't afford to be in the reactor mode, right? You have to be in the creator mode as much as possible, right? And you have to persist in that. You have to like literally just focus on the imaginal scenes in the 4D and like hone in on that as much as you can, right? And you have to persist in that. Otherwise, right, like if you are focusing too much on the 3D, well, that's what will happen, because the cycle will repeat, because that's what you're focused on, right? At the end of the day, it's all about your focus, where you're placing your attention, your precious focus on, right? So again, like use your techniques to kind of steer yourself back towards thinking favorably as much as possible, and this has to fade away eventually, right? So don't worry about parents or family being an obstacle of any sorts, because again, they are perceived obstacles, guys, right? Focus on the end desire being fulfilled, and the perceived obstacles will fade away into nothingness, right? So it's really very simple. It's not a very complicated issue, even though on the surface it may seem like complicated issues. I don't mean to trivialize whatever you guys may be going through, please don't get me wrong, but again, like the solution to these kinds of things are much simpler than you guys may think it to be, which is just to remove your attention, focus on the favorable things, and always assume that okay, everything is always favorable for me. And if you tell me, right, okay, I'm doing everything by the book, right, as you say, still I'm facing all these things, where am I going wrong? My answer to you is this, right? You may be not going wrong. This could be the very bridge of incidents that's leading you there. So what do? If you have a favorable mental diet, if you are following a set of routines consistently, right, keep going. Why are you stopping? Right? Keep going, trust the process, right? And continue to envision the end in your mind and use that to fuel yourself, right? And keep going, because if it's not the end, it's simply the middle. If it's not what you like, right, it's simply the middle. So keep going, right? Don't stop. Don't let the 3D rattle you in any way, right? Only validate and focus on your inner world, and that is what has to externalize. And if the bridge of incidents takes a couple angry people, then so be it. Who cares, right? Because at the end of the day, what matters is the fulfillment of our end desire, right, in the quickest, easiest way possible. And I'll be the first one to admit, sometimes the bridge of incidents may not even make sense to us when we, like, even if it was like read to us, right? We'd be like, well, how is that? But that's why we don't care about it, because our highest self knows ways and means which we know not of, right? So that's the most important thing, guys. So to trust the process, recognize that this is nothing but an illusion, and to keep going, right? And one more thing I would say is that don't take anyone's words too seriously, right? Oh, but this person said this person said that. No, never take it seriously. Why? Because only your word matters. Only your word matters, right? And all you really have to do is just persist in the assumption that your desires are fulfilled, and keep going, and this has to pan out in your favor, right? So if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave it in the comments down below, guys. We've come to the end of this video. If this video resonated with you, be sure to drop a like, turn on the bell notification so that you guys will know when I upload a new video every single week. Be sure to subscribe, as it goes a long way for me, guys. Your support has been amazing, honestly, and I couldn't thank you guys enough for that, guys. Thank you again. Really, like with every single video, I know I always say this, you guys really support me, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. And continue to suggest more topics for me to make with regards to like videos and content. I'll definitely post more regularly now that I'm a bit more stable health wise as well. So definitely expect more content. And if you guys have any specific questions regards to anything, I will definitely be responding to comments as soon as I can. I know I do take out maybe a day or two. That's because like I'm always busy with like other things as well. If you really want to grab a hold of me, or if you really want some sort of motivation and stuff like that, again, the Facebook community is a great way to reach out to not just me, but a supportive community as well. So it's a very kind of like small, close-knit kind of community, and I really love the vibe that it has, honestly. So if you guys really need any sort of support as well, again, coaching is always available for you guys as well. So be sure to check out all the options there is, guys. And again, like help is always there if you guys need it. So make full use of it, guys. So yeah, that's all. So guys, take care, stay safe, and happy manifesting. I love you all. Peace.